There we go. Back in action. Thanks, Cam. How do I tighten this? See how this goes up and down? What keeps that in place? Can you look behind here? Is it this? How's that? Is it good? What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Taking my man Cam. Where are you going today?
Football workout.
Football workout? You got to speak up a little bit. What do you do from 9 to 11?
Just a little bit of quarterback work and speed and agility. A little bit of quarterback work and speed and agility.
How long you been doing this workout at 9 a.m.? Like a month now? 2 months?
Yeah.
Yeah? A couple guys there working?
Yep.
Not everybody though, right? Why is everybody not there?
Not everybody wants to be good.
Can't you be good without working?
No.
You can't.
No.
Aren't some people just gifted? Like, don't some people just have, like, they're 6'5", or they're really fit?
Yeah, but they're usually good just until, like, high school.
Just good until high school, and then what happens? Everybody else passes them? Then what do you do? What's the rest of your day look like?
Then from 1 to 2, I have...
So you have 9 to 11, quarterback and speed and agility. Then 1 to 2, what are you doing? Lifting.
And then 6 to 8, I have half basketball, half...
6 to 8, little basketball, little strength. That's cool. And then how many days a week do you have that schedule?
5.
5 days a week. Kids working. But listen, that's not the point. The point is that I hear this all the time, and particularly with real estate and sales, if we do a good job, we have loyal customers. And for most salespeople, I'll talk about specifically real estate. When you start out in real estate, we want to sell. We want to. Good morning, Rob. What's up, Vince? How you doing, buddy? Say hi to Mr. Vince.
Hey, Mr. Vince.
Hey, Mr. Vince. And we sell, right? We sell to customers. We get lots of leads. We send out postcards. We do all of this stuff to generate leads. That's awesome. That's how we make money. That's how we build a following. That's how we build a brand. But ultimately, at some point in business, and I'll use real estate as an example, you will have to train people how to provide the level of service that you've been able to provide, or you ultimately will have to be at the center of every transaction. So what's the challenge with that? The challenge is, as a standalone real estate agent, you can make $200,000. You can make $300,000. If you want to make more than that, at some point, you will have to bring on people onto your team, whether that's a buyer's agent, a listing administrator, admin, an inside sales associate that takes all of your incoming buyer leads and incoming seller leads and scrubs them and sets the appointment. But what you cannot do is bring those people on board and have them provide an inferior service. Otherwise, what will happen is you'll have repeat customers that go, man, that was great. It was awesome to work with Eric. And I'm going to refer a friend. The friend makes a phone call. Maybe your new system is that phone call goes to your inside sales associate. If that service is not what they expect or what they've come to learn to be, standard for you, there's a good chance you may lose that prospect, or you may lose that business. You may actually lose that referral. That person may no longer send you referrals if the person that they send did not have the experience that they were expecting. So what you need to think about as a business owner, what you need to think about as a real estate agent, what you need to think about as a manager is putting your ego aside, because a lot of times I can tell you as a sales manager and a business owner, it would feed my ego to be the person that would make all the deals. Anytime we'd have a challenging customer, anytime we'd have negotiations that got really tight, I would want to step in, be the person to make the deal, and then I'd walk around with my hands up in the air, being the champion of that transaction. And the reality is that for years and years and years, I was restricting the growth of our people. I was forcing myself to have to be involved in every single transaction. And as our company grew and we got to be, 200 transactions, 250 transactions, 300 transactions, as our staff went from 10 to 30 people, I now had 30 people that were communicating with me about things that I necessarily did not need to be involved in. So the only way for me to make that change or flip that switch was to develop and pour into our people. We had to put written process into place. We're actively working on something now throughout our company that are called SLAs. service level agreements. And what it is it says that everybody throughout our company understands that if you get an email, you're expected to respond the same business day. Okay, we might say, Eric, well, what if I email you and it's urgent? Well, then we text, right? And then if it's even more important that we get a hold of you quickly or we get an answer from you, then we call. And we also share those service level agreements with our coworkers and obviously our customers. So if someone emails me, maybe I have a signature on there, we're figuring out how to do it, but it may say, hey, I respond to emails the same business day. If this is an urgent matter, please text me. If it's something that you need to speak with me right away, call me. Okay, so what it does is it sets expectations for all of your customers as to when you'll respond. And if it is an urgent situation, it gives them a way to communicate with you so that they can get a hold of you right now if that's what the situation calls for. So those are all things to where, for me as a salesperson, I was always super responsive. I would text people back at 10 o'clock at night. I would call people back even if I was in the middle of dinner. I would do all of those things. But at some point, it started to grind me down. It started to wear on my relationships. I couldn't keep excusing myself from dinner with my wife and kids and have them not feel like they were getting slighted or they weren't getting attention from me. So what do? You have to bring on people and develop them, train them, and give them the ability to provide the same level of service that you're able to provide. When you're able to do that, you then have people operating even at 75 or 80% of your capacity. If you have 3 of those people, you're able to get much, much, much more work done. So if you feel like you've reached a ceiling, if you feel like you're working too hard and there's no end in sight, you need to hire someone. Hire a quality person, train them, give them clear expectations, and give them every tool that you have to be able to provide your customers the same level of service that you would provide. Hope that's a good tip. Everybody have a great week. I'll see you soon.